So decision making, we learn from childhood that flowchart concept. If you remember the flowcharts, that's the same concept here. So generally anything you say, simplest example is like your understanding is passed or failed. One example, just checking your subject marks is passed or failed. So if I have to write a flow chart, you'll use some symbols and all. We'll try to do that, no, generally in a flow chart. So based on the subject marks, how will we say you have passed? How will I say it is passed or failed? There are only two answers. We'll get either this message or I can get failed message. So based on what kind of test, you can say this means yes or no. If it's yes, I'll get passed, or else if it's no, I'll get failed. So how will we do that? Okay, there's a disturbance. So how will we say the message like the subject you have passed or failed? Generally, whatever score you got in your exam, how will you say it's passed or failed?
Apart from relevance,
We have
it's more than the 35 marks, or else if the are less than 35, it was a fail, or more than 35, it was a pass, or else if he got the more than 60%, he may got A grade or B grade. We can say it's depending on the marks. We can say.
Yeah. So it is only passed and failed, I'm saying. Only passed and failed. I'm not saying his A grade, B grade, D grade, nothing. Only one. Answer is either you passed or failed, two answers only. For that, is this enough?
yes,
Is
ma'am.
this checking
Yes.
Elizabeth? That means if I let us take, I'll take a subject score as 28. And if I say subject score is more than, my test is this one. Is it more than or equal to 35? What is the answer we'll get on the screen if I execute this?
False.
Yes. So means if it's false, what should we say to that student? He's
That
failed.
is failed.
So if the subject score is something like this and we are doing the same, test is same. I didn't change the condition. Now what is the answer?
Uh,
Subject. Yeah,
True.
true.
Yes, true. So if it is true, what should I display on the screen? His past.
Past. Okay, now
So
how do we
I'm just,
display?
yeah, that's what. Now I'm just writing a framing a sentence. Say this same thing in a sentence. If the student's subject score is more than or equal to how much? 35. Say his past. Okay. Otherwise, what should I say? His failed. Or let us say instead of saying, I'm saying print. Can you convert this in coding language now? I'm just using a simple sentence here. If. What is next
In
here?
a coding language means the
This
subject is
is this much only, no? This whole sentence
yeah,
is replaced with this information.
yeah,
Okay, then what should we do? If it is so, if it's true, what should we do? Means
print
if it
past.
is more than or equal to 35, yeah. So that means there are two answers we are expecting out of this test. When you test a subject against this marks, it may give you true or it may give you false. Just now we have seen. So if my subject score is more than or equal to 35 is true, what we want to see on the screen?
Pass.
Past.
Hmm?
Otherwise, what you want to say? Otherwise. Otherwise, I'm giving an
Else.
English word here. Otherwise. Else.
Else.
What should I say?
Fail.
So is it looking like almost the shortcut of the same whole sentence? Did I write the same sentence? almost.
Yeah.
So only thing is if it's same thing, shortcut, till here it's same. Only thing is after that, what did I say? Colon. And same thing I have said below this in Python language. This is replaced. This is English word. I can do this also, no? In English also we say else. Right? Else, what I want to do, I am writing after which symbol? Colon symbol. Whatever I want to do on failure of that test. So if the test is evaluated true, I will execute which sentence? This sentence. There are two sentences, prints false or passed or failed. Either this will get executed on the screen or this will get executed. Both can never get executed. For one score, I can't see two messages, no? Failed, passed. So I will get this message if this evaluation or if this test is giving which answer to you? True. So if this answer is true, which sentence is getting executed is this one. But the same question, if it gives false answer, so it should execute which statement? Else statement. So this statement, can I say it's a failure case? Case statement.
Yes, ma'am.
And the first one is which statement?
Past.
Success
Success.
state. Okay, something like success case. Whatever you have asked, it's a true concept. So that means here, this is called as decision making. Like in flow charts, we do know. We just draw something and we say, is it true or not? Generally. In flow charts from childhood, we used to do that. Some approximately symbols, I don't know. I'm just writing. Just like here, we just put it and we say subject score is more than or equal to 35. We say yes or we say no. If it's yes, you have passed. If you say no, it's like failed. This is the same,
Failed.
right? So before that, we may give us marks for you. Start with something and we'll give the marks. So many symbols will say. So somewhere your subject's marks are given in those symbols. So if you have entered subject test 28, you'll be flowing. Your flow of data is not same order. It will go to this flow. If your subject score is 78, the flow will go to this path, either this path or this path. So whether I have to go to this or this, it's based on which decision? This decision making construct. We have to test this what is a condition and check its answer. Wait for its answer. If it's true, I should go to past. If it's false, I should go to failed statement. That's it. So for this, which keywords we are using? Two keywords. If, else. If, what is the scenario? What is the criteria? What's the test case? To say past. If the subject score is more than equal to 35, say this, right? Same program, I can write it in a different, slightly different. I'm just modifying it. If less than, I'm not saying equal to, less than 35, colon. What should I say on this criteria?
Print failed.
Yes. So if it is true, if your subject is less than 35 and it's true, I should say just the message order is changed. You can see. Otherwise, colon. It's not. It's like a decision making. So I have to either take a decision of failed or passed. Sorry. So passed. Right? Now, which all other programs we can do in this way? Do we need these keywords every day? Am I writing a program for checking passed or failed programs? Never. We're not writing such programs every day, no? Where else we can use this concept? Balance in your account is some 7,000. You're going to the bank and trying to debit some amount of 8,000. Because we don't know how much balance is. Everybody's account has some balance. We don't know. So I'm writing a program. So I want to write a program which should decide, please collect your cash or insufficient funds. I can have a success to successfully withdraw the amount, or I will be failed in that particular withdrawal. So when will the system say collect your cash? There is only two options: collect your cash successfully, or we'll get a message saying that there can be many more answers. I'm just focusing on two answers: insufficient funds. So when will I get this answer and when will I get this answer? Or will I get always both the answers? Can we get both
No.
the answers?
No.
It's not at all
No.
possible. Not either
Not
this or
possible.
that. So on which basis
It's
you will
sufficient
say,
fund, you will get it.
yeah, so when will I say
In
this
sufficient
message?
fund only, you will get it. If the debit amount is less than the balance amount, then only we will get the collect the cash.
Okay. Yeah, so when can you say this? When can the system say collect your cash?
When the debit amount is less than balance,
So when? It's a condition. I don't know. If, same thing. If debit amount,
less than
yeah,
balance,
less than or equal to, even
less than or equal
equality.
balance.
Okay, something. I'm
Yeah,
just writing the same. So colon,
balance.
because I have to say this is a statement. So this statement is true, then we'll go and execute which part? This statement. So I'm writing this sentence inside the condition. This is a conditional statement. It is not going to always execute generally how we write. If I write like this, what will happen here? What will happen if I just write these three sentences in your program? If you just execute these three lines and if you try to print the balance, what would be the balance?
7,000.
No,
Check again.
I
Check
think
again. Top to
it's a
bottom.
minus 1,000.
Yes, it will be in minus, no?
Yeah,
So do you think that if I withdraw, will I get a cash and it will say 1,000? Will it give me some
no,
amount?
Okay.
So
no.
can this simply happen without any checkings? Can a programmer write the program just to debit an amount just simply like this? Is this thing always going to happen or only if it is possible it is going to happen?
It can't be
Can a,
possible every time. No,
every time.
means
So
every time
when is it?
the
Yes. So when is
every
it
time
possible?
the balance amount must be more than the
Yes.
debit amount.
This is the condition, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So only then we have to do this job, not always. My coding should be written in this manner. Okay. Can I write this? Sorry. Is it okay? This operator is better
Yeah.
rather than doing this one. It's a
Yeah.
lengthy statement. So we don't prefer this one. This is a comment. No, I don't want this message. This is better version of it.
Yeah.
So that means is this sentence always going to execute or is it only going to execute when this is true? If you run this program and if this is the data, if this is the data, in this code I have written this statement first and I have written if detail. Which one? Like, will it always execute all these three statements? This one, and this one will happen always continuously.
No, I think if case must be
This
happen, then only
yes. So
first
this will
if case
happen.
must
No,
be
this will execute.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
going to execute. This is going to execute. This is always going to execute. If it is true, only then these two lines will get executed. And if it is false, if it's not true, obviously it's false only. If it's false, what are we going to execute? Expecting to execute this statement. So is this statement also always going to execute irrespective of these two values? Is this
Madam,
message, is this message always going to come on the screen
if the
without,
balance is
yes,
is less, then we will get
yes.
it.
So it is also affected by this sentence, no? So
Yeah.
either this two sentence or this one sentence, both are depending on which condition, this condition. So if the condition is true, these two are getting executed. If the condition is false, only this gets executed. Success or a failure case, right? Is that clear? This is one case. So whenever you go and try to withdraw the money, this is the scenario. Minimum. There are many more cases. I've just put one case. Okay, like if I say your balance is some 7 lakhs, more cases are there, 7 or 10 lakhs something, but you want to withdraw directly from ATM 50,000. Is it possible? 80,000. Is it possible? Should the system say
No,
collect your cash? I will say 2 lakhs. Is it possible? No, that's another case. I just kept one case. But this program is not real time then. Because I'm able to withdraw 2 lakhs. Is it possible in real time?
No, I guess. We can't withdraw
We
from
can't.
ATM at least.
It's at
I
least
think
we have a daily limit.
we
Yeah.
we need to go to direct branch and we
Yes.
need to draw.
Yeah.
Or
Just
in
thinking
a
that's
ATM we can't.
hmm, yeah.
In a
Just thinking
ATM
like a
we can't.
softwares. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So we are not dealing with human being now. We are thinking of designing apps which will be directly used by the customer so that they don't have to go to bank and do these jobs. So ATM machine having a software which will check and do all these things. So there should be some test conditions there. Without testing, it cannot give you whatever you want. So there is a program inside the machine. Similarly, I'm using online bank application. There also, when I'm transferring funds, can it allow you to transfer whatever you like? That's an application. That's a software. They have already designed it. So if you're transferring some amount to your friend, whatever you type, will it be successfully transferred? You have
No.
registered somebody online. Okay, you didn't register anyone. You're going to log into your account. You have a lot of amount. You're just trying to transfer 50,000, 60,000 instant transfer. Is it possible? 3 lakhs. Is it possible? 3 lakhs. Can I transfer instantly with IMPS 3 lakhs?
No.
No. So there is a limit. No, we have money, but it should not exceed that limit. For
Yeah.
every app, for everything, we have a limitation. So only this condition is not satisfied. We have just writing one key. Can I collect cash or not? This is just minimum test I'm writing. I have to add more cases to it to make it complete real time scenario. Okay. So as of now, my program will only work to debit or not debit. Means can I debit or not? Through which mode, that is secondary. We can debit or not depends upon we should have a cash first thing. Then only we are able to do the debiting, right? So here, even if the amount is more, it is debiting for you. Okay, we'll add some more conditions later. Is this clear? Okay. Now another scenario. You try to log in. You're doing every day log into some application. So many applications you do log in. So you frequently forget your passwords? Frequently, generally everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
So what will you do to log in if I have Bajaj Finance or something? I'm just saying. I have to log into this account. So my mobile number is there in that. And I want to log in now. So this is my ID, login ID or username or login ID. So now what should we do? I want to log in. So what I should enter? I forgot my password. Can I say this? Every day we do that for a lot of things.
Yes, ma'am.
So is the OTP already there in the system in your application? Or when you click on that OTP generate, it's going to be generated.
It's gonna be generated.
Yes. So I'm writing it as received OTP. And because it's not it's not a real-time app, I'm just writing the logics. So if this is the received OTP on your device, right? Now, what should you do to log in successfully? If this is your username, you want to log in. When will it say welcome home? Or when will it say invalid credentials?
When we
Either
type
it
the
will say,
wrong password,
yes.
When the
Or
OTP and the sent OTP are same, then only
so
it must be login, or else invalid credential.
so yes. So you are typing some OTP, typed OTP. What you're typing is on the device, on this device or application 9875 by mistake you did, by mistake. Now should it say welcome or invalid credentials, invalid OTP?
Invalid. Invalid.
Okay, so that means what should I write? When should I say welcome and when should I say invalid?
if the generated OTP is not equals to the received OTP, entered
This
OTP,
is okay, generated OTP. This is generated OTP. So what should I do with that?
if it is equals to the OTP that we enter or typed,
Type
yeah, typed
Okay,
OTP,
entered.
OTP.
Entered.
Entered OTP.
So equal to. Should I say this or should I
Equal
say
to.
double equal to?
Double
Double.
equals to.
So
Double equal.
entered OTP. So there also we are requiring the condition. No, it's a condition. So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
this is a comparison operator will always give true and a false to you. So based on that, welcome to Bajaj Finserv. Okay. Else the other part of it. So invalid credentials. Right? So do you think any application is there which you can imagine which is not asking anything and just giving you everything without check? If you start something, will it just go on executing without anything? There's no failure in any application. Or every application will have success failure at every step. Mostly.
Yes, ma'am.
It will definitely be used everywhere. No, this concept is required.
Yes.
So this is decision making. So before you do something, check is it correct or not, is it proper or not, and then do the things. Password change. Password change also we do something. Whenever I have to change the password, I have to type the original password. If it matches only, it will take you to the next step. You are trying to log, what do you say, swipe a card or something, it will ask you the PIN number. If you are not entering proper PIN, it will not log in. It will not do any transactions. Everything is validated with some test cases only with decision making constructs. So this topic is called as decision making, which can be used with some constructs, some keywords. So this keywords we can just say if, only if, without else part. Since here we are interested only on success part. Success statements. We don't want to send any failure statements. I don't want to do if something is not happening. Second way, like the scenarios, like if I want to send messages to every student whose score is more than 65 in a test. Those who scored 65 and above, I'm sending a call letter. So when will I send the call letter to the person? If the test score is more than how much? So if it's an app, you just apply, you just enter your marks and everything. Test will give a mail or something back to you, call letter to you. So if somebody's test score they have entered on the application and they entered how much marks? 68. Now the app should test. App will test the marks against what standard marks? 65. Their criteria was this one. So what should they do? We'll get a call it or we say shortlisted. Otherwise, what should I do anything? Should I sit and send messages for everyone that you can attend the next round? Sometimes they are not interested for these because so many people are doing the job. It's only success. I'm just interested in success people, not on the other part. So that time else is not required, right? And here only one thing is when you write this block, if condition and a colon symbol, sentence cannot start from left side. It cannot just start from the same point where if is written. So once colon is written, enter at least minimum one space. Or naturally when you use an editor, it will take a tab space and give the sentence here, somewhat here. Means it's inside an if block. This is called as an if block right now. So inside if block, we can have multiple statements in one line only, in one indentation. So you can say interview scheduled at something on 5th September or something, 5th August or something, right? So some message can be given further. So there can be a lot of statements, many details, we can do a lot of executions. But all these statements are connected to what? The test score should be satisfied. Otherwise, am I going to get this message? Am I going to get any message? No message. Means for failure, no message. Is this clear? Or any confusion till here? This is first concept, only if, without else. Second part is if else. Already we have seen this. Okay. We have seen already few examples with that. Means here we have an answer for both. We'll definitely get some or the other answer on the screen. Okay. Either I'll log in or I'll get failed in the login. But I'll get some confirmation. Here, I'm not getting any confirmation if I failed, right? So here, just the point you have to remember is, we'll get some output if for both success and failure. Okay? Any confusion till here?
No, ma'am.
Next is if else ladder. Ladder means now we have multiple criterias, multiple conditions to check. Or we say the conditions to check and do some operation for each criteria. There can be more criterias now. So what kind of criterias? Like we can say grading system. As I said, grading system, no marks. For the marks grading system, let me just give only 2-3 categories here. 0 to 35. It's like failed category. 35 and above means it's less than 35, I'm saying less than. It's not equal to. Now 35 and less than or equal to 60, let us say. Less than or 60, let me say. So then it is like B grade. And if I say 60 and above, 60 to less than 75 or anything, let me say 75 or 80, just approximately I'm saying. C grade, 75 and above means till 90, B grade, 90 and above or equal to 100, it is A grade. If this is the system. So, can the person score these many variations of marks or he'll have only one score? Score can be one, something like this or like this, or it can be anything, but it can't be so many variations, no? So marks will fall in some of the other category. Now, if you look at this only, you can say this grade, no? Person's grade. What is the grade he got right now?
Fail.
F.
Yeah. If I say this,
83 means it's a B.
B.
yeah. So you are checking, no? Where is this marks falling in? Which category? So how will I justify this? How will I justify that marks is falling in which category? When will it fall to this category?
More than. It's
If
more than
score is more than?
more than grade.
No. Which
More
score?
than
Which more than which score?
75 and less
Yes,
than
more than
90.
more than or equal to 75
75
Equal
and
and also
less
the
than
score
90.
must be less than
Or
90.
equals
equal
to
to
Then
90.
90.
yes, so
Then
we can
Okay,
say
B.
I
grade.
don't think it's equal to.
Yeah, because there's 75 and above. Because here I said less than 75. So from 75 onwards, still less than 90. Whatever I
Yes.
wrote, criteria is real time you can put it, but I'm just approximately giving something. So here it's a B grade. So now is it only one grade we are doing or a lot of grades are there?
We have lot
Marks
of
can
grades.
so
Be any.
I can fall into this grade. So how will I write this whole code now from the beginning if I have to write? When will I say F grade?
If score is less than 35 or greater than 0 and less than 35.
Okay, so what should I say?
Print.
Int F.
F grade. Okay. Now, if your score is it failed grade now? You have tested the marks. Is it failed grade now?
No, man.
No. After that, what should only after that? Is it success or it's a failure?
It's a failure.
So it's a false condition. Only when the first condition is false, I should go and check the second condition. Only then. If I write always like this, what happens? Even if your score is 39, 32, what happens here? It's already success. It's already printed F grade. But since you again wrote an F, what will system do? Again, it's going to check for you. Again, it's going to check. Already I got an F grade printed on the screen. But since I wrote another F where I said it should be more than or equal to 35 and less than 60. Just because I wrote another condition to mention which grade? D grade. Is it going to go through the test once again or not?
Yes, ma'am, it will go.
Yes. And will it ever execute this grade? Will any of other grades will be executed? Will I get any other grade printed for this score?
No.
We
No.
we
Already this got satisfied, no? This is
okay.
satisfied. Because it got satisfied, I got F grade. Is there any need to check other conditions?
No, ma'am.
No.
No.
No need.
So, when should I check this second condition? When first one is failed.
Fail.
Only then, else. Failure case. So, I'm not just writing else like this. I'm not just saying else, say this grade. If I write like this, whatever the next score, if it's not 35, if it's this also, it is going to print what? D grade. Even if you say 95, it's going to print what? D grade. Everything. If it's not F grade, it's always going to print D grade. Is it all D grades? No. So there is a condition to say D grade. The criteria would be, which criteria for this D grade? What is the condition for the D grade? Is it the correct condition?
No.
35 to 60.
So what should we change?
It's more than 35 and less than 60.
Yes, fine. Means when will this test get executed? Always or only first case is failed?
When the first case is failed,
Then only else, then only this condition. Else, this condition should be checked. Else, again check the condition. And then if it is true, print this. Otherwise, if this is also not satisfied, my marks is 97. So it is not fit to this condition. Again, I can't directly say C grade. Sorry, this is D grade. I can't say directly the answer. I have to again check the score is between some range or not. So what is the next range we got for the score? It's more than or equal to 60 and score should be less than 75. So I said here we will just say print C grade. And otherwise also, if that is also not, because if you see the current scenario, I have to start checking because generally when I asked also you do the same. You will scan from top to bottom. Whatever is given, you have to scan from top to bottom and find out where you stand in that categories. Right? So otherwise, this is not the last. Still two more grades are there. Again, I have to check. Is my score is more than or equal to 75 and score is less than 90. Then B grade. Now, if that is also not, is it satisfied now? No. Then what should we do?
else
Do I have to
if
check again? Should I check again a condition? Should I? Is there any need now?
else
Do I have
print
to check? Yes, directly I can take a decision. You can reverse the order also if you want. You can start from top to bottom or bottom to top. Order is not important. You can write any score you like, anything, any order you like. Order is never important because unless one test is true, the connected statement will never get printed. So you can jumble the order also of this scores, but generally we prefer which order in a systematic order, right? Either you go from 0 to 100 or you go from 100 to 0. A grade to F grade or F grade to A grade, right? Right? Is this clear?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So this is if else ladder. Now, which other scenarios we can use this ladder is like your tax calculation, your insurance amount payment, your electricity bill calculation. Do you think we need this concept in 3 scenarios? Because you're already working, no? Both of you, so you definitely have an idea. Do you
Yes,
think
sir.
we need if else ladder to
Yes,
find
ma'am.
out your, so how,
Mhm.
in which scenarios, how much insurance, like if I'm taking a 5 lakh insurance, how much amount I have to pay? Is it depending on criterias?
Yeah.
Is it one criteria, two criterias, or more criterias? So when will I use ladders? If else ladder is when we have more criterias. Only when multiple criterias are there, criterias and connected execution and different solutions, statements or solutions we can say. Something like depending upon that, I have to take a decision. If it is this, I'll do this. Otherwise, if it is this, I'll do. Otherwise. Many conditions, right? Electricity bill, simple concept. If you say billing also, if you say units consumed, no, every day they'll say in domestic they see the units consumed. If it's less than 50, they'll take minimum 1 rupee or something on it. Maybe we have to check the complete rates. So what is the bill calculation on if it's less? If it's 1 rupee for that, if your units is some 43. So how is the bill generated now? The bill will be generated with how much amount? The units into 1 plus some tax, some what is a GSTs or whatever will be there, whatever amounts you just apply for it, some taxes, some 0.5 or whatever 0.12, whatever is there, you'll apply that. You have to find out the mathematical formula for this. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the correct way? At least without the logic, just the concept, not proper formula, just the concept, right? So is the bill calculated directly or based on the units consumed?
Units consumed.
Yes.
The
So
rates change.
yes, if it is changed, now it is more than or equal to 50 and units are less than 100. Maybe it's a little bit change. Maybe the bill units, whatever units you consume, they are multiplying with some 2.5. If you just check in the net, you'll find out the Telangana rates. Plus the tax. Sorry, tax would be just an amount actually. Tax directly some 5 rupees, whatever, I don't know. We just apply it as sense a tax amount, some 50 rupees, 12 rupees or something. Okay, some service charges. In real time, we'll have more, some service charges. So these charges can be changing. These are not permanent, no? These are not permanently fixed amount. I can't put a fixed amount here. So I will just write a formula wherein the data can change. That's the reason we are using the formulas. And here you can keep the information. So it keep on fluctuating day to day. Right? Is it correct now? So
Yes.
actually the calculation is not done like this because when I consume more than 50, the first 50 units they'll calculate on, see they'll generally do the 50 units they'll calculate on how much amount? 1 rupee and the remaining till 100 what is left? If I used 93. So they will use some more 43 units. So 43 units are calculated based on how much amount? 2.5. Not the whole units will not be calculated with 2.5. So if you have consumed only 93 units, first 50 are basic rates. Next slab is you're getting a multiplication with a higher rate right now. So you have to write that whole coding in this manner. So you have the logic here. If it's between this, it's directly known that, see, how will I get this 43? How will I get this answer? I got this much as units into 50 units. I'll multiply with which amount? 50 units into 1 rupee plus remaining. Remaining, how will I get that? Units consumed minus 50. Mathematical calculation, right? So this should be subtracted first and that number of units should be multiplied with which amount? 2.5. Then as it is the tax rate, service rates may change. That's what real time is little more lengthy coding. I'm just telling briefly. So do you think calculation is done? First 50 rupees, 43 into 2.5 rupees. And these are as applicable. These also change. Actually, service charges also change as per the units consumed. Right? So you have to add multiple conditions because calculations will change as per some number of units. If you have crossed 500 or 600 units, they'll put some constant amount directly, some 5.6 or 7.5 or 8 rupees, something like that. Okay. If you want, you have to study that. You will take a bill, you'll get the complete details, the back side of it. So you just see that and try to apply and see. You should get the correct answer. What you're getting in the electricity bill. If somebody says I used 100 units, you should give me the correct amount, the real time amount. Okay. So this is your homework for today, like assignment for today. So just try and give me the real time answer for electricity bill calculation. You explore maybe today, tomorrow, any 2 days you can take and try to solve it. Okay.
Okay.
Is this concept clear? What is Eiffels ladder?
Yes,
Concept is
ma'am.
clear, ma'am. Let's try it.
Yeah, that's what you have to execute. That only will teach you something. See, this is all maths and science and English only. I'm writing. But when you execute, you will get stuck at every point. Right? Today, I'm not giving executable code. Tomorrow, that's what. Today, if you try and execute, you send me the screenshots. I want to see
Okay,
today
ma'am.
by 12. By 12, I'll be waiting for the answers. If not, tomorrow again, we have to waste a time on this.
Okay.
Right? Because no, I've seen throughout my lifetime, students I teach, I force them to execute. That's how I teach them technology. That otherwise, no. Generally, institutes what they do, they teach programs, they go, they are nobody's caring they do or not. So with that, I can't teach you. I know that nobody can teach you this computers without practicals, how much ever good they may be. You will understand 100% clear, no concept. Okay, let us try. Can you write the grading program? I'll tell you. You just tell me. I'll type it. Now I finished teaching.
Okay.
Yes, can you try that? Practically, you tell me. I'll type the code as it is what you say. Because after this, there's a new chapter loops, which is more interesting and more easy. See, we'll go fast every day. Within 1 week, we'll be going to object orientation. By next Monday, we'll start the actual concept, object orientation. So just try and sell me the grading system. If I'll give a score, whatever score I'll take an input from user, I should get the correct grading. Because you're not doing practicals, you're busy, both of you.
I started that assignment, ma'am. So that's when I
Yeah.
realized this is
Now
not
we'll
gonna
have,
work this way.
yes. That's not going to work. That's I know. Even if you're a BTech student currently you're studying, also you'll not get. I'm telling. See, I'm training a student of BTech third year, fourth year is going for interviews.
Okay.
He's going for the interview, but when I checked, he started here. He don't know coding. How will he go for interviews then? I don't know. How will he go and write the coding in that coding exams, programming code they have to write? No. How will he write? He does not know anything. So this is the problem in every college. Every BTech students coming out in the same way. They don't know to write a semicolon at the end of like Java. It's not here. They don't know the coding at all. So it's difficult in companies because of that. People are suffering IT. Why they are suffering? Foundation is zero. Only out of 60 students, one or two or five, max five. I have trained from past 10 to 15 years. I have seen in 60 students, five students only do practical. They know something, not completely. One or two knows everything. One or two know maximum things. Only one, two out of 60. Rest all are just like that. They take degree. So I don't want you to become that. Everybody, you learn. That's for sure. But once you finish it.
Uh, if
Yeah.
if score is
If score is
less than 30 and score is equal to
mhm, no. What is
score
the
is
range?
the 0 and 30 35 my range is
So will we express that?
the score is less than 35. less than equal to
Okay.
35 colon
Okay.
print
Okay.
f
This
grade
is
or print f
because if you type, you'll get do some mistakes. I'm typing, I'll avoid it.
else
else
Else,
space
if
if
score
should I say like this?
no ma'am else if
space
is it
mm, and score is
greater than
less
or equals to
greater than equal to 35
and
and
score is less than 60 colon print D grade.
G grade.
Okay. Let me just execute till here. What will happen? We'll see.
Invalid
Yeah. So
syntax.
there's one else because I was still in Java language. I just taken a Java batch. So this is Java coding. This is Python coding. Elif. There is no else keyword in Python. Python is all shortcut of
Wait.
Java. Okay. So that's the reason. By mistake, I taught else. So it is elif. Shortcut. They are reducing the
LD.
keywords. Instead of this
Okay.
Okay.
lengthy word, it's understood elif. Because everybody prefers shortcuts, no? So
Yeah.
this is how. See, when I did, I made a mistake. Even I realized I taught you wrong. So what do you understand? Is practicals necessary or not necessary?
Yes, sir.
We need it.
Yeah, that's
Mandatory.
it's mandatory. So please every day finish that day 1 hour class. It's only more than your time, like whatever you get time, no little time to do practicals. That is enough initially. Later you will find very interesting concepts in Python. You will really love coding language. So you can do the remaining. No, I think everything.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
So
ma'am.
ma'am.
last would be like if I'm saying something like A grade. Now if I wrote this, okay, if I don't write this, what is the answer? We'll say. If I do some other score, wrong score, higher score. If I'm saying 95, will I get an output?
No.
No, because there is no score. I wrote
No
such
code.
score.
Yes.
But if I say else, if I say that else part, what will happen? When will this else get executed?
If the first part isn't
All the cases
But
fail,
fail.
all the
failed,
criteria
yeah.
Fail.
failed, only then it will come to this. So because of this, when I entered something out of 60, after 60, what will it say?
A grade.
So generally we should fill the other grades here. That's what is missing here is other cases we have to write. Scale is more than or equal to 60 and 75. Okay. So you have to fill it
Okay.
up. So same with billing calculation. Right?
Yes. Yeah, ma'am.
So it's
Got it.
easy. Yeah. So this is not difficult. One execution, 2 minutes. You learn that it's happening. If you don't do, we never know it will happen or not. Now you can understand. You can do any like this similar programs, 10-15 programs. You can do within 5 minutes each. Anything I give, you have to only work on what logic, formula, but not on syntax. No, syntax is already clear, right?
Yeah.
Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, you can reverse the grading system also if you want. You can reverse it also. Start from the 90 and above. You can jumble the order.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. You test that. That's what you have to learn.
Okay.
Right? Any more doubts in this part till here?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So in coding language, in other languages, there is one more decision making concept called as switch case. Yeah, switch case, not found in Python language. We don't have this concept. So what is that? We don't have to learn how to use. We don't have to learn, but replacement. And see the replacement code with dictionary concept. Now you know dictionaries. Now the same, like the switch case, was optional, was replacement of if else ladder, that if else if else ladder can be written with the concept of switch case. Generally, whatever codes we write with if else ladder, we can do with this concept. So just like your customer care call. So they say dial 1 for English, dial 2 for Hindi, dial 3. There are more options, no? So many options. So they are expecting user to enter some choice. Enter your choice. So you can enter any choice here. So they will print this message on the screen while taking an input, right? This input we have to convert to which type? Integer type. So this is the entered choice of the user. Now, can I take decision what language will come on this device? Welcome to Airtel or something. Airtel में आपका स्वागत है और नहीं और otherwise Airtel के स्वागतम. Which message should come on the screen on the output? Depends upon what.
The
By
input.
typing one or two.
These are fixed. No, there's no change in that. No, one means always English
Yeah.
here, right? So
Yeah.
can we store these values in a dictionary?
Yeah.
What will I write in the dictionary? This is like welcome to Airtel or English. I'm just writing this message, otherwise not required. Can I do this? Hindi. Means the message will be coming on in Hindi language, or else the same message will come in Telugu language. Is it okay? Right? Now, which language should I search, or can I say from the dictionary of which element? Is it okay? What will be the output on the screen? If user entered 1,
English.
right? No, it's not difficult. You are
Welcome
not
to
writing.
Airtel.
So this code is the smallest code, little code in compared to that if else ladder. No, if else ladder is such a lengthy one.
Yeah.
So this is easy. Whatever you want to write, the options you write it here. Grades you can write it
In
here, but grades has a
single line, we
range.
can write all.
Yes. So it's direct values. If you have typed this message. If you have typed this message. Grading is different. Grading is a range of values, not just one value. Right? Exact value, if you have an idea, put it here. And based on that value, what decision should be taken, write it here. If it's not one value, you can't use this concept. You have to use if else ladder only. Clear? You got the point? Same ladder. I can do with the same program with if else ladder. Saying that choice will take it from the user. If choice equal to 1, I will print English. Elif. Choice is 2. Then
Hindi.
Hindi. So this is if I have only
Means
two
this is-
options, but I can say, okay,
This
CH,
case we can use or not, no?
sorry,
Switch case also. We can use or not.
no, sorry, I didn't get you, what you said.
We can use this
I'll-
the switch case or not.
No, this is not switch case, that's what. This is
No,
switch
means
case, Yeah,
the top
ladder.
one only. Yeah.
ladder.
Is
Yeah, we
this
can use.
okay?
We can use, that's what I'm writing now. Concept is same, no? It's a condition. Check the condition. If you have entered 2, now what is your output? Is it this answer? No. It's a false condition. Then you'll jump to the next condition. Next condition is 2. Is it Hindi? Yes.
Yeah.
Will I go and check the other condition? No. If you entered by mistake 5, is there any 5 criteria? No, only 3 criteria. So you entered a wrong option. So it will check if it is one Hindi, English, Hindi, Telugu. But if any other thing is pressed on your device, it will always say invalid option, right? So I can give always a false case. What are the valid cases? So whenever you go for the if else ladder or dictionary replacement with that, whatever coding your dictionary for this switch case replacement. Switch cases I will not teach because it's not required now. Replacement. So for that, what should we use? All valid, right? Conditions for the valid criteria. For all the valid criterias, you have to enter some message, some statement. But for wrong options, wrong or invalid, wrong options, give a else case. Else cases, that means else is nothing but the invalid options. For all the invalid options, else statement. Okay, invalid options. Okay, right? This is my else statement. When will I get this? When nothing is matching. Failure case. So I can say else statement is nothing but a failure case. If some of the other thing is matched, I'll get any of these things on the screen. Clear? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
So shall I start the new chapter today? Because only 5 minutes left. I thought I'll teach in 8. Okay. Do you want me to start new chapter now or tomorrow? Because we'll go fast
Tomorrow,
every day.
ma'am.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
let
sure.
just this sink in first.
Both of you do the practicals and please send me the screenshot. See, that's what
Can
I
I
can
share
teach.
the worksheets, ma'am, directly? I didn't know. I haven't tried sharing it because I didn't save them properly with .py. So if I'm saving a
Yeah,
file,
you can save. Yeah, you can save. No, where are you saving those files? Are
I
you
created.
in the idle? When you create a file, no, it will be saved somewhere.
Yes,
When you
ma'am.
have done. So where are we saving while executing? When you're saving it, you can save it in some folder you like. You take your own location, create some folders for Python programs. So when I'm saying I want to go to some drive, an E drive or whatever drive, and create some folders for Python only. So Python EX, something example, some folder you create, and you can save everything here in this folder. Day by day, you can create multiple folders and save your programs there. And these you can send me to the WhatsApp. No?
Okay.
So just put it in the group. Don't have to worry because whatever you type, other person also can see. No,
Yes.
so that is best thing you can do. So whatever you are doing, that Python file, I have to just get that and send to this Python file. So this is already there. Just upload. It's done.
Okay.
Right? Okay then. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.